yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser. Greatest podcast known to man as voted by ground beef, shredded chicken, spicy shrimp, black beans, pinto beans, sauteed or grilled onions, peppers, corn, salsa. Those are the toppings of a taco. Shout out to Generational L, Punk Rock, Fletcher, Catch, Sully, B Squared, O, Jeezy, I, Book, Boy, Sully, Carbs, Kickflip Back, Nose Blunt, Chillin', Pete, Fitnoid, and those of you watching around the world. It's been a very eventful week. I want to go ahead and apologize for last week. Our podcast was only 17 minutes. And sometimes it just be like that. The internet went out. My computer was messing up. I didn't do anything that week. But this week, I did a lot of moving around. Especially yesterday, I did some skateboarding. Skateboarded 2 times this week. Usually I skateboard on either Tuesday or Wednesday. I film and then I edit that stuff on Thursday. I upload it on Friday. This week, I skated on Tuesday. I failed really badly. Live here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. I forgot to tell you guys, we do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. So I was skating on Tuesday, and even though the sun had gone down, still 98 degrees. My favorite boy band was skating with me, and I just could not handle the heat. I magically forgot how to backtail. I was trying to do backtail to a 3 shove on the skateboard ramp. Couldn't pull that off, and I was so bummed out about it that I said, you know what? I'm not going to upload a failure. I'm going to go back and skateboard again. So, again, yesterday I got on the skateboard. Failed also. 105 degrees outside. I was going for 5-0 to basically 5-0 shove to, you know how you would do like a 5-0 stall and come back in? 5-0, shove back in, so it kind of looks like a big spin. And stuck it first try, and then second try, I flopped down onto my arm, hurt my arm right here. I don't know if you guys can see these 2 red lines, but not even a smooch could heal this pain on my arm right now. I bashed my tricep on like a jagged part of the ramp. We did manage to land the trick twice, and neither of them were clean, so I can't wait to read those comments today of people saying, Ninja Lifestyle, when you tell everyone else to do tricks, you tell them to do it clean, but you did one that wasn't that clean. What I always say is, if you can't clean it up, I'm going to assume that that's the best you can possibly do it. And ladies and gentlemen, in 105 degree weather, even though I know that I could land a cleaner 5-0 to shove, on that given day, that was the best I could possibly do. So I stand by my word. I did a trick sloppily, and I was falling so much. My shoulder is still injured from last week, and I think like the whiplash on my neck has caused me to have a painful neck today. But the show goes on. I'm still here to entertain you guys. I left you guys hanging last week. Tried out a brand new bar. I guess the bar is not brand new, but tried out a new recipe for my Friday. You know, I'm a creature of habit. I spend every Friday doing the same thing. I go to this one bar. I get one of 3 menu items. I gamble the exact same amount of money. I go play pool, and then I go to another bar, and I stay at that bar all night until somebody takes me home. That's how my Friday pretty much goes. Every single Friday for the past, few years. So the first bar that I go to, it got shut down. I may have talked about this a couple weeks ago. So now we're finding new things to get out of our comfort zone, get out of my 5-mile radius from my house. So we started going to this place, Red Dragon. I explained it to you guys the other day. Right next to it is a pretty darn good ramen shop. And you guys know ramen is one of my favorite foods. I'm not talking about the 20-cent ramen packet. I'm talking about these guys are making bone broth for 3 days at a time just to impress me. And then they make it spicy, and then they add in some mushrooms and some piece of seaweed and some beef and some chashu, some seared pork belly that was rolled up. And you get appetizers, some gyoza. Anyways, right next to that place, which is a great restaurant, or at least the food is great. The atmosphere could use some work. Are we going to be a full-on food critic now? Anyways, right next to that is a place called Red Dragon. It's a gambling establishment kind of made for, I don't know, Chinatown. You know, it kind of has like an Asian theme. You know, there's cats with their hands moving around in that place. There's a big pachinko room, which is like gambling with marbles. But they also have a pool table, which I love. The drinks are fairly priced, which I love. They have slot machines all over, which I love. I can play my Keno game. They also have Tekken 5, the game. It's only 50 cents to play it. They got Mortal Kombat right there. Dude, they got karaoke rooms. Dude, they got ping pong. Dude, they got darts. I'm talking, this is the greatest place on earth. And we kind of tried it for the first time last week. And I slayed some fools at ping pong. Did pretty well. It's been a while since I played, but just like riding a bike, once you're a champion, once you're the kindergarten, first grade champion of ping pong, it all comes back. I also learned that ping pong paddles have two sides, a hard side and a soft side, just like me. So the sport is perfect. And I can't wait to go back there today. I kind of had plans to try to eat the ramen and then go to Red Dragon, but I wanted to do that without driving, so I'm not sure. I'm going to have to think of a way to do that later today. I might take an Uber up there, eat the food, go into the Red Dragon, and then have somebody pick me up. That's the amount of thought I've put into it so far. But man, can you guys imagine? Oh, also they have sports everywhere, right? Like TVs that have sports. They have one that's always on Food Network, which I love, and then they have another one that's always on sumo wrestling. Is there anywhere on earth a bar that you guys can think of that has cooler shit than everything I just named? Right? Karaoke, video games, darts, pool table, ping pong table, affordable drinks, gambling. Bro, they have everything. Pachinko. I went in that room. I don't even know how to play the games. I don't know if I have to pay or there's nowhere for coins to go in. There's a big bucket of like metal marbles. I don't know what those are. Are they like currency? I'm not sure. Also, another thing that's at this place, I'm pretty sure they have one of those machines where like it spins the wheel, and if you get the right number, you win like an iPhone. It has one of those, I don't know what you would call it, like a vending machine of like luck where you can win an actual prize. So you go in there, motherfucker, you could walk out of there with an iPhone, hit a jackpot for $10,000, and then win a game of ping pong all on the same day. That's got to be the greatest place ever. And listen, and I think they serve food. I think they have like awful ramen and like hamburgers and probably terrible microwaved chicken fingers, but they pretty much have everything you would need to live. Oh, and did I mention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? This place never closes. I could live in there, dude. They got food, they got water, drinks, entertainment, free internet. Dude, it's the greatest place. I can't wait to go back today. What else happened this week? Last night, you guys can probably tell from my voice I'm a little bit hungover. I drank a 211 last night, and then I drank another 211, and then I drank like 5 vodka drinks. But the reason was I thought I was invincible because I was trying to do this taco challenge. Del Taco has Taco Thursday, and on Thursday, the tacos are like $1. You have to get 3, like minimum 3 tacos, and then you get the discount. So I bought 11, and then I bought a Del Taco hamburger, which, by the way, whoever told me that they're good, I know a lot of you guys don't have Del Taco. Just picture Taco Bell when I say this. I ate this fucking cheeseburger from Del Taco. It's the exact same tier as like a value McDonald's. I think they have a McDouble. It's just that. And no one praises McDonald's for their McDouble. It's fucking awful. They put too much ketchup on it. And this fuck-ass taco chain sells cheeseburgers. Someone told me they were great. Listen, save yourself the time. Never buy that hamburger. It was like $4 too for the shittiest hamburger maybe that I've ever had. And they were like, oh, we made all your tacos. It's going to be a couple minutes. We're making your hamburger. And I was thinking about it. I don't think they had one ready. I think maybe it had been so long since a human being ordered a hamburger that maybe they forgot where they were in the fridge. They had to go looking for them, moving pallets around, and they finally found one cheeseburger patty and made it. And yeah, I ate that motherfucker, but it was not good. It was, you got to taste it to try it. And also, listen, sometimes I give people the benefit of the doubt when they give me advice on anything, food, the stock market, legal advice. You're like, okay, maybe you're right. Well, if anyone ever gives you advice about the Del Taco hamburger, never take advice from that person ever again. And if I could remember who told me it was good, I would remember never to trust them again. So my plan was last week I ate 9 hard tacos and I was still hungry, ready for more. So on Thursday, it's soft taco night at Del Taco. So you get that same deal, but they're soft tacos. And they're chicken soft. The chicken soft taco is way more filling for some reason than the hard beef taco. Don't know why. I thought I could get through 10 of them. I got, I think, 6. And then I ate 2 for breakfast, so there's probably 2 more in there, plus half of that disgusting hamburger. And I have no problem eating that after this podcast, because the more I talk about those disgusting little tacos, the more I talk about them, the more I want to eat them. But I do want to save my belly for a potential ramen experience too. So the taco challenge last night did not go good. I had one really good taco challenge 2 weeks ago. I'm going to stick to the snack tacos. I got to ask like a competitive eater what's going on with that, because I ate 9 of those hard tacos and I was ready for more. And soft tacos, I ate 3 and I said, I'm not going to be able to get through this. I wonder if there's more like flour or more something. Maybe the bread makes you fill up better. Something. Maybe the hard tacos, maybe the crunchiness just makes them easier to bite. They crunch, they just fall apart in your mouth. I don't know. I don't have a theory, but I think we should all get on board for Del Taco, because with food prices rising, a place that on Tuesday and Thursday has tacos for less than $1. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, my brother. It's a beautiful thing, my brother. All right. Would anyone like to win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack if you live in America? Does anyone want me to put these in an envelope with... It's not just the stickers. They come with a Carl's Jr. coupon for usually a breakfast item, because I keep the good coupons for myself. And if you're lucky, you might even get like a El Pollo Loco coupon, or Wendy's, or who knows, dude. Even Arby's, I get those coupons sometimes. Anyways, answer the question first. You're the winner. That's how this goes. So, what multinational chain was founded in 1962 by a guy by the name of Glenn Bell? This big franchise was founded in Downey, California. It serves a variety of foods, including tacos, burritos, quesadillas, nachos, specialty items, and a variety of value menu items. Okay, iBookBoy says McDonald's, Fitnoid, McDonald's, Ojeezy, Blue Bell, Eric Royce, Taco Bell, McShit's, Taco Bell, Walmart, In-N-Out, JP Morgan, Dildo's Burger Buns, Del Taco. Anyways, the answer was Taco Bell, and Eric Royce got it right. So Eric, you can either come pick up these stickers in person, since I know you live in Las Vegas, or you can send me your address and I will throw them in an envelope with some Carl's Jr. coupons, and you can have yourself just a wonderful little weekend eating and sticking things on the wall. So yeah, Eric's the winner. Send me a DM, or we'll figure it out after the podcast, because I'm also going to Red Dragon today on Spring Mountain. So if you want to cruise over, you can pick them up in person. What else did I do this week? Well, I was lucky enough to go check out the Allegiant Stadium. That's where the Raiders play, the Las Vegas Raiders. Never been in that stadium before. I was excited to go. My friend Tex got some extra tickets, and we went to watch the Raiders practice. And we got very close seats. I grabbed a 211 right before I went in there, chugged it, and then bought a beer when I got in there. Went to use the bathroom. Pretty sure I saw cocaine all over the seat. which doesn't surprise anyone about, a group of Raiders fans. I saw more face tattoos in one place than I've ever seen in my life. And I also realized that a lot of these football players, and this may be obvious to you guys, but I'm new to the sport, not a big football fan. A lot of those guys are fucking small. I thought every football player was humongous. It turns out they must have had 30 dudes on the field. I thought 10 of them were children. And it could have been because I was so far away, like an optical illusion. Maybe the largeness of the field makes them look smaller. But I swear these guys looked tiny. They looked like children. I thought it was like Little League. And then I'm like, okay, we're here watching them practice. These motherfuckers practice. So I've seen a lot of movies about, the longest yard or whatever. Like, I feel like I know what a football practice would look like. I'm watching these guys practice football the way that I would maybe play catch with a toddler. There's a couple of, like, dudes playing catch. There's guys stretching out their legs. No one's tackling anyone. And I had asked one of my friends, they're like, yeah, it's like preseason. You don't want anyone to get hurt. And I was like, if this is how they practice, then no one's ever gotten injured on the field ever in history. The cheerleaders were doing more stunts. Like they were in more danger than any of these guys practicing football. And someone in the chat room just said, Eric said, no wonder they suck. Maybe they're not practicing hard enough. I didn't see one person get tackled. I'm not even sure I saw anyone run. I saw a couple of people trotting by. Have you ever seen, like at a baseball game, in between innings, a couple of people play catch, and like right after the inning's over, they kind of lightly jog back across the field. There's no like rush. That was the entire Raiders practice. There was never like a rush to do anything. It's kind of like, I'll trot over here. Maybe you'll throw the ball at me. Maybe you won't. Didn't see anyone kick a field goal. That would have been a nice thing to see. So the experience was great. That arena is humongous, and it was, considering it was over 100 degrees outside, inside that arena was nice and cool and chill. I could have been at a hockey game. I wouldn't have even like known the difference because they have some great air conditioning in there, and it was great to finally see it. And to look up, I've been to T-Mobile a bunch of times. That's where the Golden Knights typically play. And you have maybe 3 tiers, right? You have the ground level seating, layer 2, and then level 3, right? This motherfucking, bro, football, they must have had 6 stories of seats in that place. It was pretty fun. And the whole time I'm in there, I'm like, man, I bet I run into somebody who I know. I bet one of my friends is here. Walked around, didn't see anyone. Then the next day, I'm talking to people. I'm like, yeah, I went to the Raiders thing. And they're like, oh, we went too. I'm like, oh, why didn't we meet up? I guess there was not enough communication. Turns out I had 10 friends that were all there, different friend groups. And me and Tex could have hung out with them, drank some beers. Anyways, got dropped off by Tex at some bar, then took the old Uber to a bar close to my house. This was all on Tuesday, by the way. And then I figured I'd spent so much money on Uber that day that I'll just walk the rest of the way. So I walked 1.7 miles in the snow. No, I walked 1.7 miles at 2 a.m, drunk as a dog's dick. And I feel good for it. Sometimes it's good to get out there, stretch the legs. Do it the way that the old generation did it. Back in my day, I used to have to walk all the way across town just to take a shit. So that was cool. I streamed the walk home, by the way, and I don't remember what it was, and I know better than to go back and look at the VOD, watch the rerun on Twitch, because it's just going to be me slurring and rambling about God knows what. We Are Sad says, did you have a weapon? This is the first time in a long time I've went an entire day without having a gun on me, because Tex picked me up. We went to his lady's house. We went from there to the stadium, and I couldn't bring a gun to the stadium. And then went from the stadium to the bar. Then I Ubered, split up with him to the other bar. So yeah, no weapon for me. I could have just been raped and killed, and then raped again, in that order. Anything can happen out there, people. So it's not a big deal. I I do this thing though whenever I leave somewhere is I pat my pants, right? I pat like phone, wallet, keys, and I kind of do this thing where I go like phone, wallet, keys, gun, and all day during that day I'm patting my pants and I go fuck, what's going on? I forgot something. I left my phone somewhere. I left my gun somewhere, and then I'm like, oh, never mind. No guns allowed at the Raiders stadium, even though I guarantee you, with the amount of face tattoos I saw in that place, I promise you there's a couple guns in there. Somebody snuck one in. I could feel it. In fact, I bet Tex a beer that we would see a fight. And his lady was like, why would they fight? Everyone here's a fan of the same team. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm just saying probably a fight from my limited knowledge of Raiders fans. It doesn't matter if it's a friendly foe or an enemy. They're gonna fight each other if they run out of people to fight. But I was wrong. There was no fights. I didn't see any scuffles or fights at all. So I had to buy him a beer. What else has been going on this week? I've been smoking a lot of W. Been smoking the W on the stream. I stream late at night. I know some of you guys only tune in for the podcast, but I also stream 5 days a week here on Twitch. So I've been smoking the W, and I drink a 211, I smoke the W, and then after the stream is done, I sit on my couch, I play on my phone, and I watch Netflix. And I think about things. And one of the things that I was thinking about was how crazy it was back in the day, back in my day before the internet, how crazy it was to know the secrets in a video game. If you could figure out there's a secret menu or like a cheat code in Mortal Kombat, how insane, like how valuable that knowledge was, because you can't just go online and look it up. You can't just pull out your phone. I'm talking about before people had phones in their pockets. Can you imagine how insane it is to know a secret in like GoldenEye 007 or a secret in Mario 64 or a secret in Mario World that no one else knows? You had to find it out by either calling a special hotline, or you had to buy a magazine, and at the back of the magazine would be the newest cheat codes from, like the most 10 or 15 most popular games. I have a whole bunch of saved magazine clippings of cheat codes for a game called San Francisco Rush. And I have a whole book. A little small book that teaches you how to play Killer Instinct on Super Nintendo. And I was thinking to myself, dude, that knowledge is not valuable anymore because, everything is at our fingertips. We can just look up cheat code for blank. So I wonder if that's going to affect. I mean, I've never played a new game lately. We were talking a lot last night about Elden Ring. Do games like that have like a cheat menu? Can I unlock, Donkey Kong mode? Can I unlock paintball mode? You guys remember like the old NFL games? You could make them into like, you can make everyone fat, or you can make everyone tiny, just things like that. Or God forbid you get your hands on a Game Shark. The Game Shark is like, it's like a condom that goes around to your video game cartridge, and then it lets you like hack into the game. You can play Mario with unlimited lives and like no time limit, invincibility, things like that. So I miss those days. Finding something like that, like your friend tells you press left, right, up, down, BA, right? And then you unlock cheat menu. Dude. Or there's like Scott's menu. Remember that shit? There was like secret menu. More secret menu. Scott's menu. Who the fuck is Scott? And why does he have a menu? I don't know. But we unlocked it together. And then you tell a friend about it. Or you show up somewhere, you're like, hey, did you know about the secret in this game? And they go, what? And you go, yeah. Turns out you can get Mewtwo if you go under the car. Really? Yeah, well, see, that's the bad part about secrets in video games back in the days. People would lie about it. You know how many people lied about Luigi being in Super Mario 64? Thousands, millions. Pokemon? Remember the liars that would tell you how to get Mewtwo or Mew? Yeah, those bitches. They're fucking lying about that shit. Okay. Anyway, secrets in video games. That's what I was thinking about after I smoked a bunch of the W. All right, moving on. I was smoking some weed the other day, and I thought of something else that happened back in, the 90s? They tried to put a teacher in space, and then the spaceship blew up. Why were we doing that? Who were we even flexing on? What? Like, who woke up one day and is like, you know what those Russians would never do? Send a teacher out there. Well, I'm sure I got to go back and find like the documentary and find out why that was on our list of things to do. Like, okay, we sent a dog out there. Okay, the dog came back. He's a little fucked up. We sent a couple of like highly trained geniuses. Let's send a chick that barely is learning like shapes and numbers. Let's send some lady that's teaching children times tables and barely good at it. So yeah, why'd we do that? I asked that question the other day on stream, and then someone mentioned that they're gonna send more people to the moon. It's been a while, right? It's been like 50 years, and only what? How many people have even been on the moon? Like 50? I feel like if we looked at the pile of shit that probably flew out there the first time compared to like the shit that they've invented now, I mean, I can play Skyrim on my phone. Okay, we should be able to put more people on the moon. I mean, what's the point of going up there other than maybe take a selfie? But I feel like by now, the way the technology has advanced, does no one care? I don't know. I feel like we need to get people back on the moon. You know what? Elect me to be the leader of the country, and I'll make sure we get people back where they belong, in space, where we came from. Can I talk to you guys about food a little bit more? Carl's Jr. has the Diablo burger. If you guys follow me on Discord, I'm gonna put my referral code on there. If you sign up, it's an ad. If you sign up for the Carl's Jr. app with my referral code, I think you're able to get a Diablo burger for only $5. And I had one yesterday. It will be my 4th Diablo burger that I've had, and it is the motherfucking greatest. It's not worth the $7 they charge, but if you have the coupon for $5, it is the greatest fast food burger. If you can get it for a discount, and I'll tell you why. Okay, it's got the regular patties, right? 2 patties, some cheese on there, and then they get weird with it, right? You get the lettuce on the bottom, you know, your average shit. Then they start getting fucked. Then they put jalapeno poppers on top, and you go, oh, god damn it. 4 jalapeno poppers. So that's a fried, that's a whole different entity. It's a fried, cheese-filled, like, jalapeno, right? It's breaded. There's 4 of them on that bitch. And guess what? The sandwich is still going. The sandwich is still going because on top of that is 2 slices of bacon. Bro, and they use, like, pepper jack, like a spicy pepper jack cheese. It is so fucking good, dude. So if you guys got me on Discord, I'll put my referral code. I just ate this food the other day, and I thought to myself, man, this is something everyone should try if you can get it for $5. I'm not paying $7 for that trash. And it's even better if you put on some of your own hot sauce, some of your own splooge. So get the Diablo burger. It is great. What have I been watching on Netflix? That's all I got as far as like things that happened this week and fun stories. I started a show called Loudermilk. A lot of people told me that Loudermilk would make me laugh. They said it was funny. I watched the trailer and I thought it was going to be a serious show about like drug addiction. And it turns out it's just a weird fucking show. It has no direction. It's getting more and more weird. I got through season 1. It had a bunch of twists. If you're going to have a whole TV show dedicated to like alcohol addiction and drug addiction, they could have at least sprinkled in a little bit of like, I don't know, like positive knowledge. It's like I might as well just be watching dick jokes over and over again. I'm going to continue watching it because it's great background noise. But for everyone out there that said that I'm going to love that show, you're wrong. I don't know why I keep watching it. I'm kind of stuck at this point. That ends up happening a lot with these shows. You get through 1 or 2 seasons, and then you have to watch the rest, even though you kind of realize this show is not really for you. The premise is that there's just some guy who has like this issue where he's super literal about everything. You know, he's just really like in everyone's face. And when little things bother him, he like wigs out with like OCD, and he's like, you're bothering me with your cigarette smoke. Put it out. I guess I'm not explaining it that well. Anyways, it's supposed to be like a comedy, but it's just so slow and boring. Whatever. I watched it, so now you guys don't have to. I do not recommend Loudermilk. So, I also watched a movie called Brawl on Cell Block 99. And I'll admit I watched it while drunk. So that might affect my opinion, but I don't know if the movie's a comedy or not. Because it presents itself kind of like a Shawshank Redemption kind of thing. Some guy goes to prison and, you know, he has to save his wife and he has to get in fights in prison to survive. So you're watching and you're like, okay, cool, like typical prison movie. You know, you think you're getting, I don't know, fucking Green Mile or something. Just naming great movies. Bro, this movie is so fucking corny. It's got Vince Vaughn doing an impression of Nicolas Cage from Con Air. So it's already like the motivation is really weird. You know, he walks into the jail. He's like, yeah, I'm a country boy. I never lost a fight. And I'm like, this is Vince Vaughn? I'm supposed to believe that Vince Vaughn is like some super country bumpkin. And also, he gets into the jail and one of the prison guards goes, you got all that muscle just for show, or can you do something with it? And then Vince Vaughn takes his shirt off. He's still shaped like a regular person. Like, no one would ever see that regular shape of a human being and be like, oh, damn, you're super muscular and huge. So I think they had the role planned out for like Brock Lesnar, and then Vince Vaughn showed up. So a lot of the dialogue doesn't make any sense. And then at the end, it finally kind of sealed the deal that I've been watching a movie that it's trying to be funny. It's like, you know, a scary movie is like it's making jokes about scary movies, like a parody. It's like satire, right? I had to watch this entire prison movie until the end. And at some point, someone got their skull broken. I'm going to use some spoilers, whatever. Someone got their skull broken, but like the special effect wasn't like a special effect of a skull. It looked like someone just broke like a coffee mug. Like it was just really extremely cheap special effects. And then at the end of the movie, someone gets shot in the face, and it's the final scene in the movie. I'll show it to you guys after the podcast. The final scene in the movie, someone gets shot directly in the face, and I think they took like a mannequin from Target and just blew it up, and they zoom in on it. It is the fakest looking special effect I've ever seen, and they saved it for the final scene, and I think that they tricked me the entire time. It would be like watching Borat, the entire movie Borat, and then at the end going, oh, this guy's faking it. That's kind of how I felt. I felt like a complete fucking idiot. And if anyone out there watches it and then watches this podcast on YouTube, let me know if I'm fucking crazy or not. Because there's no way that this was a serious movie with how corny and how insane it got in the middle. And then the ending just went completely off the rails, just bad writing. And then the special effects were beyond terrible. So I'm going to need you guys to go check out Brawl on Cell Block 99 and definitely watch it. And I want to know if I'm crazy or not. All right. Sounds good. Well, that's all I got for today's podcast. I will remain on stream a little bit. I'm going to beat one Mario level, so stick around. But that's all I got for the podcast today. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know your thoughts on skateboarding in the heat. Is it too hot? I don't know. Will you do the taco challenge? You should if you have Del Taco. If not, substitute Taco Bell. Is Red Dragon the coolest bar in the world? Let me know your thoughts. Do Raiders fans do cocaine? More at 11. Why did we send a teacher into space? If you know the answers, let me know. And also join my Discord to get to get Carl's Jr. discounts. That's all I got for today. Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a oh hell yeah from those of you who chose to stick around? If you tuned in late, don't worry. The repeat of this podcast comes out on Sunday, early in the morning on Sunday, on Podbean, on YouTube, on Spotify, on podcast app, anywhere where podcasts can be found. You can find this podcast, Stop Crying Poser. Shout out to 62 Flames, Sully Waldrop, Day-Day, Generational L, Cam702, iBookBoy, Dick Maximus, Dank Souls, Day-Day, Fletcher, Dick Maximus, Sully. I appreciate all you guys for hanging out. Again, we do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And as I always say, don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. Speaking of Red Dragon and Taco Bell, you could be dragging my balls in your mouth and I'll give you something to taco about. Yep. That's it.